What is up, homies? Welcome back to episode number 4. Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about the backstory behind leaving my job. There's more to it than just fulfillment. There was a lot of questions that I had to ask myself when making the decision to ultimately put in my 2 weeks. And I'm also going to be talking about the emotions and the isolation and the feeling that nobody understood what I was doing when I was doing it a year and a half ago, and how lonely that feeling was as well. And the reason why I'm sharing this story in the first place is not even to highlight like retire early or try to retire fast or anything like that. This is selfishly a way for me to practice being vulnerable here with you guys and opening up and sharing my story, because one of my buddies put it the best. He was like, this Retired at 27 series is not even episode number 1 of your story. It's not even like the prologue. It's like way before the actual story, which is everything that I've learned and experienced and have gone through this past year and a half that has brought me to this point right here, sharing, coaching, and learning to articulate all of the clutter and all of that chatter in the skull that all of us humans feel, regardless of wealth and success and relationships. It's something we all feel. And right now, I'm still a noob. So, wow, that was a rant, but a rightful one, because this episode is going to go a little bit deeper into the human side of it. Not so much how to retire quick or how much money you need to invest into XYZ. That's not what the series is about. In any event, let's jump into it. So, the questions that I had for myself when I was sitting in my job. First one, is this life? Is this what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life? Remember, I was approaching 5 years at my job. I'm only 28 now. 5 years is like 20% of my life. It's a lot. It is a lot of time. And I was gonna ask myself, is this what I want to be doing for another 5 years? At that point, I would be 32. I'd be 32 in the same position, in the same role, doing the same thing. And the reason why I say that is because the decision to leave was only mine by a weekend. If you've watched my other video, which I'll link here, I put in my 2 weeks on a Friday, and that Friday, my manager told me that I would have been fired on Monday because I didn't hit my performance, because AKA silent quitting, I didn't do anything with my sales, right? So if I were have waited one more day, I would have been fired, right? And so it even ironically takes away, I would have been in the same place doing the same job at 32. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have had a job. And I wouldn't have had the mental capacity, the clarity, that belief, that self-conviction that I am making and designing my own path, my own world. And that's why this series is so important, because retiring at 27 has only been possible because I've designed my life every single day since that day I put in my 2 weeks. Every single thought has been written. 418 days of journaling straight, right? 418 days of journaling, sometimes a page, sometimes 15 pages. The whole purpose of this is to say decluttering your mental space is equally as important as decluttering your physical space. All of this stuff right here. Because you can have everything externally. You can have everything checked off in your checklist of success, your house, your car, your family, your money, your salary. You can have all that checked off, but you can still feel that mental fog, because the inner work is the hardest part. And what I realized when I asked myself that question, is this it? I was more so asking myself, is this mental fog, is this chatter in the skull, is this it forever? Am I going to feel this way forever, despite having everything I'm supposed to have? Well, it can't be it. And I'm telling you now, a year and a half into the future, it's not it. It's one little piece. It's one little piece of your story. It's one little piece of your entire existence. And our existence here is precious. It is absolutely the most beautiful and unique experience that we get to have, is being on this earth and having the autonomy to make our own decisions. And so fast forward from when I left my job to the next 3 months, everyone was asking. Frequently asked questions when you leave your job. So what's next? Do you have anything lined up? How are you gonna survive? What happens when you run out of money? All of these things, all of these, again, rational, logical questions that people are asking. And you don't always have an answer. I didn't always have an answer. It took me a lot of reflection, a lot of writing, a lot of deep FaceTime calls with my friends to really learn how to articulate and untangle my own brain, my own mind, silence all the chatter in my skull, and figure out what those answers were, right? And so this purpose of this series is to give you a minuscule percentage of my life, right? You and yourself are the only person who knows every little detail about your life. The same way I am the only person who knows everything about my life. And this is kind of a meta thought, but starting to share my life on social media is 28 years late. It's 28 years late. I'm 28 years late to the game. I have to figure out how I want to share my story as authentically and vulnerably, and in what order, I have no idea, as possible. And that's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take a lot of my own decluttering in the process. Filming YouTube videos in and of itself is easy. You just click record and you share it. Psychologically, so much clutter. So much clutter comes in with this gear, with the microphone, with the way my voice sounds, with the way I look, with my background, all these things that shouldn't matter. They shouldn't matter, but we're human beings, and the human factor says they do matter. So I guess all this is to say, declutter your mental space. Don't let society choose what is life. Don't let society say, this is it. This is all you can be. This is all you are. You are XYZ. I had to discover who the heck is Julian Soblowski. I had to figure that out. It's something that no one taught me. No one else had the answer. There's no guidebook to discovering who you are and why you're here and what you're on this earth to do. No one's there. No one's there to tell you. Your parents can't do it. Your sister, your brother, your uncles, your coworkers definitely can't do it. Even your friends can't do it. The people you open to most. They can help you talk through it. That's what they can do. That's why we surround ourselves with good human beings who are also open and vulnerable and are willing to express themselves and make an effort to articulate their thoughts, their anxieties, whether it is about stress at work or stress in a relationship or stress in general. Surrounding ourselves with people who allow us the opportunity and the grace to fail forwards together, to make mistakes together, and to grow from that together, right? Life is not a linear path, and this whole retirement thing, it's not gonna last forever. Financially, it can last forever, Like, again, you can live with less. Trust me, you can live with less and still be absolutely happy with life. But there will become a point where you realize you want more, or you're fulfilled in this role and you want to try something new. For me, I didn't want to do coaching for the first 6 months I was unemployed. I just wanted to live. I just wanted to experience life. Not life as an employee, not life as a boyfriend, not life as a son. I wanted to experience life as Julian Sablowski, as a human being. And I wanted to experience that in full capacity. And I will say, and I will share at some point, this has been the most surreal experience of my entire life. But the most amazing and surreal experience was getting the opportunity to live life as me and only me, and releasing and letting go of all of the strings that are attached to the identities of being an employee, a boyfriend, a son. Selfish, yes, yes, it is selfish. It is absolutely selfish. And if someone tells you to not be selfish in an effort to enhance the quality of your life and to get closer to what makes you happy and absolutely fulfilled, well, they can say what they want. But I believe that the only way that I'm going to be able to selflessly give myself to others at my highest quality is by selfishly giving to myself until I feel fulfilled. And through this process of retiring, I've reached that fulfillment. And that fulfillment has led me to here, to coaching. And now in the first 4 episodes of this, I've coached with people from around the world. Around the world. I really thought I'd be limited to coaching my friends and friends of friends and maybe a few people outside here in California. But energy, man, energy is crazy. You resonate at a frequency, high or low, your choice. But you start to attract other human beings from around the world. And the world is massive, but somehow small and so interconnected that it allows us to communicate and work with each other. Side tangent, they are doing road work outside, so I don't know if you guys can hear this right now, but it's pretty noisy here. I'm actually gonna close the door. Anyways, yeah, I don't think I talked about any of the things that I said I would talk about at the beginning of this video, so my apologies. But the way I want to be doing this channel, which I guess I can call it a channel now that it has X amount of videos, is talking freely. Because the one thing I'm good at is talking with people. Like helping people articulate their thoughts, helping people declutter their mind. Because I spent the last 2 years doing it for myself, right? I can talk forever, but I can listen even better. And I can bounce off questions and new perspectives and different ways of thinking in addition to that. But talking to a camera in the silence of my living room and sometimes with the noise from the outside, it's not that easy. So props to all you guys who are creating and sharing and expressing yourselves fully, whether it's through painting or art or athletics or YouTube or Instagram, whatever it is. Big props to all of you guys, because this is not easy by any means, And I have a new appreciation for self-expression and for the arts and for creativity. Definitely for filmmakers and photographers, because figuring all this stuff out is, that was a whole new part of my brain to enter and to let grow. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little rant here. Retired at 27 is an amazing series that I've loved making, and the next episode will be episode 5, and it will be the last episode in this series. And I think it's going to be more about what comes next. What is coming next in this life? What is coming next in this channel? And I'm going to bring you guys along with me. whether I succeed or fail, is going to be here on the channel. And if you're a homie and you're here to support and you made it this far in the video, subscribe, like it, save it for later, send it to a homie who also needs some decluttering. And more importantly, book a call down below. Again, I am going to make a collage of everyone that I've worked with. We're taking selfies at the end of it and making sure that this community is built on good vibes, high frequencies, and clarity. A lot of mental clarity. So click the link down in my bio. Let's meet. Trust me, if you're even hesitant to click that link right now and you're like, it's awkward, it's weird, I don't know, just do it. Just do it. We'll vibe. Trust. We will vibe. Anyways, have a beautiful rest of your evening. I will see you guys in episode 5. Peace.